everybody, and welcome to Rancho Christian's Facebook Live Session 2. We did one last week where we got to visit our elementary school, the new upgrades that are going on there. It was really exciting. Today, we got some pretty cool stuff going on. We have 2017, a STEM Odyssey. And post-production, I think we'll add the really cool 2001 Space Odyssey soundtrack song, but we'll get back to that later. We're really excited. Today, we're going to visit our STEM lab and our satellite tracking lab. We're going to visit with some students. But first, the rules of Facebook Live. So this is what's really great about Facebook Live. It's an opportunity for you guys to like, to share, to love, to wow face. Again, those of you that tuned in last week know my new obsession with the wow face. Also, any of my friends on Facebook know my new obsession with the wow face. I've kind of used that a lot. But we have a lot of cool stuff that if you want to share it, if you want to like it, you want to ask some questions, we have our communications director, Kelly Esposito, sitting by. If we want to pan over to Kelly so everybody can see Kelly. Yay. Hello. She is standing by to answer any live questions that you guys have as you ask as we take our tour. For those of you that don't know, my name is Betsy Kunow. I'm the executive director here at Rancho Christian, and I love it. It's the world's best job. I get to be around kids, around educators, around people trying and doing new things all day long, and it's fantastic. And we're going to see a lot of that today. One of the things that people ask, why is Rancho Christian so great? One of the answers I like to give is that private Christian school is really agile in what we're able to do when we see that there's a need for our kids and there's an interest for our kids. We're able to jump on that and get some programs started, and that's what we're going to see today with both our International Space Station work, our satellite tracking, our robotics team. Those were things we saw a need with our kids, with the world, and we were able to accommodate. I want to say a special thanks to all the folks that helped make the space that we're going to see possible. We had a lot of robotics mentors who were awesome, who worked really diligently in getting that space pulled together. But we'll see more about that a little bit later. I also am missing my partner in crime today. I miss you, Scott Treadway. Our pastor and our president here at Rancho is normally by my side. Not sure which side, but on one side, and we're missing him today. But we hope we're having fun. Hope he's having fun because we're having fun. Today, right now, I'm in our new academic and college advising office. So these are all fantastic banners from schools that our kids have gotten accepted to or attending, interested in. This is going to be a very busy office in just a couple of weeks when school starts, as we have our juniors and our seniors coming to meet with our new academic and college advisor, Mrs. Nydia Weber. She is phenomenal, super enthusiastic, ready to get this program just to take off with these kids and find just the best fit for college and universities for our students. So we're going to now take a little tour to our, we call it our J building. It houses our STEM lab. STEM, for those of you that don't know, aren't cool enough to know, science, engineering, or science, technology, I can't even get it right. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Shortened to STEM because we all like acronyms. And so we're going to go check that out. We're also going to meet two really, really instrumental guys at Rancho in getting these programs started. One is Mr. Michael Jespe. We'll learn a little bit about more what he's teaching, but he's been our ed tech for a while, and kind of just had a passion for educational technology. We've been able to start a coding club. He's going to share that with us, and just some really, really cool things that he's been able to do over the years. Last year, we had a gentleman by the name of Mr. Werner Bobkin kind of help us out beginning a satellite tracking system, which is fantastic. We're going to see what that looks like. He has come on staff full-time this fall for this year. He's going to be teaching an astronomy class, satellite tracking. We've got just some really exciting clubs and activities that he's working on, and we're really excited to go ahead and visit with these guys. We're going to be visiting a building. This building has really undergone a huge transformation over the last couple of months. It was classrooms, and we were able to, with the help of our IT department and a bunch of volunteers, really take this building and make it a workshop lab space. So we're going to visit 2 locations there today. So again, make sure you're liking, you're loving, you're wowing, you're asking questions, just really kind of having fun with this broadcast. So here we are. This is our satellite tracking lab, and we're going to meet Mr. Werner Vodkin, and I don't know if Mike's in here. I believe Mike is in here, so come on, let's go. Hi guys.
Hey, what's happening?
This is awesome. So this is, I don't even know how cool this is. This is 2017 a STEM Odyssey right here. This is Mr. Werner Vodkin and Mr. Mike Majeski, and we're going to sit and visit with them. I'm going to pull up a chair and just kind of sit with you guys real quickly, casually, next to, I don't know, an International Space Station.
How many days a week do you get?
I do not get to do that very. That is true. I do not get to do that very often at all.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Just don't try to climb on board.
I know. I don't know if I'll fit. Okay. Well, Mr. Vodkin, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's kind of going on here? This is a lot of stuff. It looks really cool. It's very colorful, but I'm sure it also serves another purpose.
Absolutely. First, on a global scale, this building, this room, serves as the STEM headquarters for Rancho. And very specifically, all of this stuff in the background here is mission control for our satellite tracking station.
So cool.
So I think, if I got the statistics right, Rancho is the first school in Southern California to have a satellite tracking station.
That is correct, and so that's because of you and some parent volunteers and some
We put
students.
this in a couple years ago, and we put some kids through the program, and they actually got their federal communications license, and that's actually part of what happens here. This will be a class this year at Rancho Christian that is called satellite tracking, and students, when they finish that semester class, they will be prepared to take the FCC exam to pass the first level of the FCC licensing exam to communicate over the airwaves. And part of talking on the radio, they then get to not only communicate with other radio operators around the world, but they get to track satellites that are going around the Earth. So if you look up here, you'll see a screen where we have a program, and we teach the kids how to do this, to track satellites and other spacecraft that are going around the Earth. So you can see a little blob here. That's where the International Space Station is. It's just passed over Japan, and it's headed over to northern Canada, and it makes a different route every time it goes around the Earth. So that's part of what the kids learn. They learn a lot about communication techniques, about radio propagation, how signals work, how your iPhone operates, and that whole operation.
So I can learn to download apps by taking this class a little bit easier?
Probably.
Okay.
But on a bigger scale, it's really preparing the students that wish to go into STEM fields for jobs in the telecommunications arena. Prepares them for jobs at NASA, SpaceX, JPL, Verizon, AT&T, so the list goes on.
So we can have like a Richard Branson, Elon Musk in our midst, and we will develop that right here. That's
absolutely true. And you really never know what comes out of something like this. I mean, if you look at Elon Musk himself, he, I think, didn't wake up one morning thinking he's going to start a space program. He started, PayPal, and then migrated over to that. But that just shows you how STEM really penetrates so many areas in the country. It's not just science, technology, engineering, and math. It encompasses business and really teaches good life skills to kids. So that's what I'm excited about. And it really is a launching pad for many other things. One of the other things that we'll be doing here at Rancho is having an astronomy class this year. And this room will be the astronomy teaching area, if you will. We're getting ready to order all of the equipment. This happens to be my wife's telescope, but we're ordering a much bigger telescope.
Very
and
cool.
Up on the screen here, you'll see what's coming up next at Rancho. We'll be putting in an observatory. Yes, you heard me right, an observatory on the campus here at Rancho. And that will then house the telescope so that whenever the kids want to go out there and see what's in the sky, we can go out there, it's all calibrated, ready to roll, and it'll be way cool.
Very awesome.
Neat stuff, neat stuff.
So lots of stuff happening with STEM, lots of stuff happening with classes, and it's really about finding those connecting points with those kids, showing them Jesus' love through science, through math, through all these things, because when it really comes down to it, even though this seems very cold on the surface where you've got computers and satellites and different things, it really is about kind of finding those passions within those kids and finding those skills, those God-given, talents that we don't know about.
Absolutely.
And
so many intersections. Just the astronomy program, one of my favorite verses in the Bible, is the heavens declare the glory of the Lord. And we'll go through and kind of prove that with so many things that are happening in the sky. In fact, we're about a month away from the big eclipse.
are we going to do something special for that?
We're going to do something special, and we'll make that as a surprise to the kids. So
I love
kids
surprises.
sign up for the astronomy class. We're going to be doing something special with the eclipse, and this hasn't happened in like 3 decades in America.
That's
so to be able to, in the middle of the day, see the sky go totally dark, and you'll actually be able to see the stars. So we'll be talking about this and many, many other
Making
things.
a nice
So I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to the students that are involved in it.
That's awesome. Well, Warner, we're really, really excited that you are here, and we're really excited to see what's going to happen with these clubs and these activities, these efforts. I think there's going to be some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff.
We're
excited about it.
Mike, you have been at Rancho for a while in lots of different roles, but a lot of those roles have kind of led you to what you're going to be doing for us this year. You've been ed tech for us. You've actually been an English teacher, or your background's in English, correct? But last year was kind of the big Rancho foray with you into technology.
Right.
And we started a coding club. So your wheelhouse is really the coding and the building and the engineering end of things and the technological engineering of things.
Right.
Is that kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I've always been interested in technology, and I've always used technology in the classroom, and then my colleagues have noticed that in me because I'm always helping them out, and then Rancho made it official last year by me doing educational technology. So I get to teach or help them with the effective use of technology in the classroom so that we can improve student learning.
Yeah.
So I've always been excited about that, and then I also get to teach computer science and robotics, which is
really, because we have 4 classes in that realm, right?
That's right. We had Introduction to Computer Science, and we'll be teaching that using Python as a programming language. And then we also have AP Computer Science Principles, which has been piloted for years, but this will be only its 2nd year given as a class anywhere. And my son was in the inaugural class last year, but we're offering it for the first time here at Rancho, so it's going to be really great. It's actually geared for students who would never even consider computer science.
Awesome.
But so we're and they've been Code.org and all these other organizations that are helping to push this new AP class. Their goal is to bring diversity, so bring in women, bring in underserved groups into computer science, and just get a taste for it, because just the careers and the jobs that are available in computer science are exploding, and we're not preparing enough students to fulfill those roles. So Rancho is going to be leading in that area, and both that and robotics both are huge areas that are just full of growth and opportunity for our students.
Sounds like one of the areas of passion that you guys share is this concept that regardless of where a kid is, that the interest and the passion for a STEM-related education is there. That it doesn't matter if I'm typically an arts person or if I'm typically a history person, that there's some connection, there's some benefit to me learning in these places, and we've got a lot of introductory avenues here at Rancho.
Right, take those courses now, and if you're interested, pursue a career, and then if you're not, then at least you're better equipped to understand the way things function.
No matter what field you're going to, you have an appreciation for it. It really makes you a better employee, in my opinion.
And we like that, better employees.
Yeah, you don't have to work for a computer company or robotics company. Every company is going to want people who are technologically literate.
Yeah, I think that. Speaking of technologically literate, you're also the director of our robotics program, or our competitive robotics program. So we have a competitive robotics program through FIRST we're going to quiz the kids next door on what FIRST is to see if they actually know what it stands for. Another acronym, we love those. But they actually have gone from a seasonal team, which has fared fairly well. They're fairly new, but they've done really, really well in competitions and have learned a lot. We've even got some of our inaugural kids working in STEM-related majors in some pretty fantastic colleges. But this year we switched from a seasonal to kind of an annual program. And what's the benefit of that, Mike?
Well, previously it just had been second semester. There's like a game that first releases, and you begin a really intense 6-week build to build your robot to prepare it to compete in this game. And this will be our 5th year in FIRST Robotics, and our students decided that it would be very beneficial to meet they're meeting during the summer right now, and throughout first semester to kind of build team camaraderie, develop skills, train the new kids in what to do. So when that, and also work on projects and perhaps some competitions in first semester, so that when the second semester hits and when the show happens, they'll all be
the big show.
It's a big deal, and then they'll be prepared and better equipped to handle the pressure. It is a big deal. So the benefits are they're huge, and so we have a lot of new students joining us during the summer, and they're already getting trained in how to use different tools and stuff, which is
really cool. It's right next door. We're like just a wall.
Yes.
Well, and I think that will lead power tools. We got power tools. We got telescopes. We got really, really big computer screens. We've got really, really tall satellite tracking antennas.
Wait till you see the ridiculously tall drill press we have in there.
So I think between the two of you, basically you guys have the lion's share of the really cool toys on this campus. I think so the key to anybody that's considering, any student that's considering even taking any of these classes, is you get to do some really cool stuff with really fun toys, is really what it comes down to.
And a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think that's really neat, and I love that you guys are reaching out to the broad base of our Rancho students. Right now, a lot of this work is high school and middle school, but we do have plans and we do have efforts taking place even down to our youngest grades as well. I think we're doing some stuff through our enrichment program.
They're doing coding in the computer lab down in elementary to prepare so many
The new Apple Computer Lab.
That is correct.
There we go. And
Very
we also
exciting
do Hour of Code. That's K through 12 as well. Right?
Yeah, just hour code, but I mean, we're going way beyond hour code. And Mrs. Corden down in elementary last year had kids coding all second semester.
That's so awesome.
So in the middle and high school, that'll just be like a
21st
second
century.
language.
They know, my 6-year-old knows way more than I do. That's how that works. Well, I would love to go see the kids in action, and I hear we've got a couple. We don't have the full team, but because they normally meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we do
And it's
have,
summer.
and it's summer. But we do have some kids. I'm not going to say they don't have a life, but they are at school on a Wednesday morning at 9:15.
Robotics is a rich life.
It is a very rich life, and we're going to go find out how rich of a life it is. We're super excited. So let's go next door. And Mike, why don't you want to come with us?
Sure.
And
Want to hang out here?
all right. Thank you, Mr. Bodkin. Awesome. So much cool stuff. Okay, so now we're leaving the satellite tracking lab, the STEM headquarters, as we're calling it, which is super cool, and we're going to go into our robotics workshop. And again, I mentioned earlier we had some great robotics mentors. The kids used to have to go all the way down to Fallbrook to do their work. A very, very generous man by the name of Don Vanneman gave up some space at his place, and we were really excited. He worked really hard. Our other mentors and students worked really hard to get this space up and running. So we're going to come on in here and we'll take a look. Nice and cool. Hi, guys. Okay, so we did call today 2017 a STEM Odyssey. So this is how. No, not really. Actually, do we have a name? Does this guy have a name? No? Bot? Okay, we're going to call it Bot for now.
It was Scylla. I remember it was Scylla.
Oh, it was Scylla. Okay, Scylla. I'm not going to ask where that came from. But this is our robotics workshop. And a lot of these happen here, a lot of the coding. I personally have learned a lot about robotics with this program. There's a lot that goes into it. There's the first program is a very unique program. The kids really take ownership of it. Really, Mr. Majeski does what he does right now, which is just make sure they don't hurt themselves. He provides sage advice. He provides ideas. Our mentors come in and help our kids problem solve. But really, the bulk of the work is done by the kids. So you can see that a lot of coding here, and you tell it here what to do there, right? Is that how that works? Okay. So what do you like better? Do you like the programming and stuff? Do you like the building? What do you like?
Build, because it presents a whole different set of challenges than coding.
Okay.
It's not just, it has more real world variables that you can't take into account for on a computer.
Oh, all right. So didn't take into account the fact that there was a pebble on the ground.
Exactly.
And it kind of would roll, or that. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And really, the only way to kind of get those kinks out is to keep practicing and to keep trying, right? That's the thing with robots. You keep trying. You keep learning to. How many times do you, on average, do you think you try a concept? Do you try?
Between 2 and 7 times, depending on ease of it.
What's kind of happening?
That kind of thing. This whole machine that we're disassembling was a huge trial and error.
Really?
On that robot, one of the objectives was to shoot a ball, and we decided we were going to try it. And so we spent all this time working on this device. And so if we get to competition, it's not worth doing because of the point system. And so here we are disassembling all that hard work, but it was still a good learning experience for all the kids who got to learn how to cut polycarbonate or figure out how to keep this bent or anything like that. So.
So that skill set, that learned skill will now probably benefit you guys in the next build. So even though it wasn't an immediate use thing, you've got, and how many kids do you think were a part of that specific build?
For the amount of times that we had to rebuild it, probably a lot of the newer kids on the team, because this was one of those jobs that you could just sit in the corner, brainstorm, and put together really quickly, and then take apart if you needed to. So definitely a lot of the kids, especially the newer ones.
Speaking of newer, Christian, you're a first-time team member. What drew you to robotics now?
Basically getting to build things.
You like the building?
Yeah.
Were you building stuff at home, just kind of, and then your mom said, "Stop messing up my garage, go mess up the workshop at school"? Is that really how that works?
Kinda, yeah.
So so you guys are like this is big, because you're giving up a morning in your summer to come in here today. You also are giving up Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons. You could be at the beach. You could be having fun. You could be getting froyo. I don't know what the kids do these days, but something. But why robotics? Why now? Why at Rancho? Why during the summer?
Probably just because it's very fun to be able to work on different things. Like this is such a unique program where normally you go in drama class and you do a play, but I've never heard of you go and build a robot. So it's really fun to get all this background experience during the summer to help us during the season, which makes all our chances better during the competition.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
You guys agree?
Oh, yeah.
You guys agree? Okay, pop quiz. What does FIRST stand for?
For inspiration, recognition in science and technology.
So cool. I just like calling it FIRST because it means I'm awesome. So when is the competition? When's the big competition? It's after the first of the year?
That changes. Oh,
okay.
when the season starts, you mean?
Well, when's the first time you get to take something in and test it out?
When we finish building them at the end of the build season, 6 weeks after the game gets announced.
Okay.
Which is usually somewhere in December to January.
Yeah. Well, the season starts around January 10th, January 14th, and 6 weeks after that is when we theoretically test the bot if you get it built in time.
Okay.
And then the actual competitions change depending on which ones you choose.
Fantastic.
There's a bunch of competitions over multiple weeks after the 6-week period, so it's...
You just kind of keep honing the skills and building a better robot. And now, one of the things with the robot is you're assigned different things it can do, because on TV and in movies, they're like the destroy bots, right? That's what you really want, like where it just comes in. Yeah, that's what's in my head. It's like we destroy all of our enemies. That's not what really this is. When you have your competitions, there's skill sets that the first organizers are wanting you to accomplish. So what are some of those skill sets? Like what were some from last year, Melissa?
Well, the main thing that FIRST goes for is the whole gracious professionalism, which is the whole
killing another robot.
That's not
playing.
Yeah, BattleBots ain't gonna happen. But it's mostly a lot about teamwork, where every competition so far has been you're on a team of 3 against another team of 3. So a lot of it is promoting you have to work with other people to succeed. You can't just go out and be a solo bot and try and do everything yourself. So there's a lot of teamwork involved in all this.
And I want to point out real quick, because I know we're running short on time, but when you say a team of 3, there's the team of 3 that's actually out kind of in the arena with the competition, but then there's the entire rest of the Bullseye team that has spent the months preparing, and they're watching and they're honing on each of their little jobs that all combine. Everybody's got little jobs that combine into one big job, right? Is that?
And when she says team of 3, that means we're actually competing alongside 2 other teams from other schools with us. So our 3 schools are competing against 3 other schools. So that kind of, we're actually not just working amongst ourselves, but we're collaborating with other teams.
You have your drive team of 5 people with another team's drive team of 5 people and another 5 people against 15. It's 15 versus 15. There's a lot of communication.
That is a lot of math for me. That's a lot of math. Well, I really, yes.
That's the fun part, is you don't have to be good at math to do this. Like, there's all sorts of jobs here. Like, we all have a whole business team. You like writing, you can still be in robotics. So, because when I first joined, I was like, math and science is cool, I guess. But then here we are, and building a robot, so.
And then I think it speaks to what we talked about, Mr. Majeski, in the other room, which is that in these STEM fields, there's just a very broad spectrum for student involvement, and that's what we really like and are really excited about here at Rancho. Well, I want to thank you guys all for visiting with us today and having fun on this awesome robot. This is just, I'm coming back in here to play. That's just what I'm going to spend my morning doing. Forget my meetings, and I'm coming back in here to play.
See what we say?
I know, I get it. Thank you guys for joining us today. This was a lot of fun. This was number 2. We got number 3 coming up next Wednesday, 9 a.m., same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to be joined by Mr. Jimmy Kimmis, Mr. Justin Schultz, and my partner in crime, Mr. Scott Treadway, will be back, and we're going to be talking about theology and Christian education and really, really deep, awesome, fun things that we're really excited to share with you. Totally different direction and yet another exciting facet of the Rancho Christian experience. So thanks, guys, for joining. Goodbye. Have fun. Like, tweet, share, wow, all that good stuff. Bye, everybody.